Okay, picture this. It's late, maybe 11 p.m. You're just about to head to bed and you hear this weird noise from the kitchen. A kind of scratching, then a clatter. So you creep downstairs, flip on the light, and bam, a pair of beady little eyes are staring right back at you from on top of your counter. Yep, nature has just decided to move in. So, what do? I mean, really, who do you call? Your heart's probably pounding out of your chest. You grab your phone, but what do you even search for? Raccoon in my house, emergency animal guy, and who is even going to be open this late at night? That single moment of pure panic, well, it actually reveals this huge gaping hole in our super modern on-demand world. All right, let's actually dig into this moment for a second. We're calling it the midnight panic. And it's that totally stressful, helpless feeling you get when you realize there's a wild animal where it absolutely should not be, and you have zero idea how to solve that problem, safely or quickly. Let's just compare how things work now versus how they could work. Right now, the old way, you're looking at hours of just frantic Googling, leaving these desperate voicemails, and then you wait for days for some appointment. But with the Critter Call way, we're talking 1 minute to book a pro on an app, and under an hour later, a licensed specialist is literally at your door. You'd go from total panic to total relief in less time than it takes to watch an episode on Netflix. It's a game changer. So why is this so hard in the first place? This isn't just you having bad luck. It's actually a symptom of a system that's fundamentally broken. It's a system that completely fails you right when you need it the most. So first, let's just get a sense of the scale here. We are not talking about some tiny little niche market. The US pest control industry is worth a whopping $40 billion. It is a massive, massive part of the whole home services economy. Okay, so in that $40 billion market, how many apps are there that are dedicated to on-demand urgent wildlife removal? Any guesses? The answer is zero. A big fat zero. It's a completely wide open space. I mean, thousands of people are searching for this stuff every single month, and yet there's no Uber, there's no DoorDash for this specific kind of emergency. And this brings us to what some people are calling the gap of panic. It's that awful, super stressful limbo you're in between the moment you find the animal and when help finally shows up. For a lot of people, that gap can last for days. It's terrible. And here's the thing you have to realize. This broken system, it fails everybody. You, the homeowner, you're left scrambling, not sure if the person you find online is even licensed or if they'll be humane. But at the same time, the skilled professional wildlife specialists, they're often invisible, struggling to connect with the very people who desperately need their help. The whole market is just totally fragmented. But what if you could take a modern digital solution and just apply it to this really, really primal problem? What if you could basically create an Uber for wildlife emergencies? And that's Critter Call. At its heart, it's a real-time dispatch app. And the key words here are instantly, licensed, and local. It hits every single one of the pain points we just talked about. You get speed, you get trust, and you get availability. It's built to close that gap of panic. So how does this all actually work in the real world? Let's take a look at the user experience and see how this app can turn that awful panic into, peace of mind. It all happens in just 3 simple taps. It's so elegant. First, you snap a photo. The app's AI is smart enough to identify the animal, or even just the damage it left behind. That way, the right pro with the right tools gets sent out. Second, you just hit the panic button. No filling out forms, no waiting on hold. Your request just zips out to the nearest available specialist. And third, you can track your pro on a map, just like you do with a rideshare. That simple little thing, seeing help is on the way. It kills so much of the anxiety right there. Now, an Uber for raccoons is a fantastic idea, right? But this is where the business model gets really smart. Because Critter Call is way more than just an emergency service. Under the hood, it's a data gathering machine. So, is this all just about solving those one-off emergencies? Oh, absolutely not. The real long-term power of this whole idea, it goes so much deeper than that. So how does Critter Call actually plan to make money? Well, it's not just taking a cut of emergency calls. I mean, look at this. They've got multiple ways to grow. Of course, there's the commission on each dispatch, but there are also fees for non-urgent inspections, even a premium subscription for homeowners who want extra protection. And maybe the biggest opportunity of all is on the B2B side. We're talking enterprise contracts with big property management companies that need reliable 24/7 coverage for all their buildings. And here's where the long-term vision gets so clever. Every single service call, every raccoon in an attic, every snake in a garage, it becomes a data point. The app logs the species and the exact location. Over time, this builds an incredibly powerful, exclusive data set. In the tech world, this is what investors call a defensible data moat. It's a competitive advantage that becomes almost impossible for anyone else to copy. So what's the ultimate payoff for collecting all this data? It's a predictive wildlife heat map. The app won't just know where wildlife is right now, it can start to predict where it's going to be. Just imagine being able to tell a property manager that their neighborhood is about to have a huge surge in squirrel activity because of a weird weather pattern. That kind of predictive insight is just unbelievably valuable. And when you put Critter Call side by side with the alternatives, its advantage is just crystal clear. You've got services like Angie, they're built to generate leads, not for real-time problems. They're just too slow. Then you've got the big corporate chains like Terminix. They're focused on general bugs, and they often just don't have the specialized skills or the speed for an urgent wildlife crisis. Critter Call completely owns this niche of speed and specialization. When you really think about it, Critter Call isn't just about animals. It's a blueprint. It's a model for solving any high-stress, time-sensitive, specialized problem with on-demand tech. It finds a moment of pure, raw panic and replaces it with a calm, simple 3-tap solution. Which kind of leaves you with one final thought. What other panic moments in our lives are just out there, waiting for their own app to be built?